Hello and welcome to a special e-press conference ahead of the biggest fight of 2021. Canelo Alvarez against Billy Joe Saunders, a unification for the World Super Middleweight Championship, the WBC, the WBA, the WBO and the Ring Magazine Championship, of course in front of 70,000 people at the Dallas Cowboys AT&T Stadium, live and exclusive on DAZN around the world. This, for me, by far and away, the best fight so far of 2021. The pound-for-pound #1, Canelo Alvarez, looking to try and become the undisputed 168-pound champion across the division. Billy Joe, 30-0, undefeated, two-weight world champion, looked for a long time for the biggest challenge out there, and he has landed it on May the 8th. Cinco de Mayo weekend. Special thanks, of course, to the AT&T Stadium, to Jerry Jones. Going to be a remarkable party. 70,000 people there, over 60,000 of those tickets sold already. Limited tickets still available for this one. Those fighters, of course, will come face to face on Fight Week. We look forward to that. But before we hear from both of the champions, we're going to go to Joe Markowski from DAZN.
Well, thank you, Eddie. What a privilege it is to be here talking about Canelo against Billy Joe Saunders on May the 8th. The biggest fight on the boxing calendar, and a fight that we at DAZN are extremely excited about to bring all of our fans the action on May the 8th. Canelo Alvarez has proven himself time and time again to be the pound-for-pound king of boxing. And with Billy Joe, though, a tough, gritty British opponent, has a great opportunity on May the 8th to disrupt all of that and stake his claim as a unified super middleweight champion of the world. Both sides of the pond, people are extremely excited about this fight, and we at DAZN will be broadcasting it all around the world at an unbelievable price point for our subscribers. We look forward to welcoming everyone to Dallas. Huge attendance, one of the biggest since COVID started, and we're extremely excited for all of that come May the 8th. Look forward to seeing you then.
Thanks, Joe. Now we go to the first of our two champions, the WBO World Super Middleweight Champion, Billy Joe Saunders, finishing up camp. Billy, massive opportunity for you. This is the one you've wanted for so long. How much would it mean to you to win this fight, beat the pound-for-pound #1 and become the unified World Super Middleweight Champion on May the 8th?
It would mean the absolute world to me, because in boxing I've started this, like I say, since I've been 5 years old, and to get to this stage of my career, this is the pinnacle of the mountain, so it would mean everything.
Now we know you're a two-weight world champion, you've been there, you've seen it, you've done it, but you want to leave a legacy in the sport. Is that what this fight will do for you?
This fight is always going to be legacy because of what's on the line, and you know, I'm just happy to be part of this show, because you know, when you look back of how far I've come to be here, you know, a lot of people's only given me a chance to take part, so I'm going to use the term take part in this show until the night.
Of course, Billy, this fight, by far and away the biggest fight of 2021 so far. Also, there'll be a huge British audience for this fight. This would go down as one of the biggest wins by a British fighter of all time. How much motivation does that one give you going into this fight?
No, I mean, my history is already written in my head, and I just have to follow the script. So, you know, I know that me doing what I do best and giving everything I've got will be history in itself.
Billy, I know you love a laugh, you're a nightmare on social media, but what we've seen in this camp is a very low profile Billy Joe Saunders. I know you've been playing a few practical jokes on people, but you seem to be super focused in the build up to this fight. Camp has gone great. You're taking this one real seriously.
Still one fight, yeah, but you know, in training camp, like I say, it's not all been military. We still enjoy ourselves. We still make sure we got, you know, we still have laughs, because being away from the family, being a long time, 4 months is not seeing the children and kids and families. It's very difficult. So, you know, I understand that none of this event is a joke.
Billy, I know you've looked for these big fights for a long time. Of course, this fight was first made in May 2020, before the pandemic hit. You've had to wait a year longer, but how long have you watched Canelo Alvarez? How long have you wanted to face the pound-for-pound #1?
Canelo's been on my radar ever since I turned pro, so he's one of the two that's always been there, and you know, now's my time to shine.
Billy, everyone talks about Canelo struggling against movers, you know, Trout and Lara. I know you don't buy into that too much, but is that key in this fight, using your movement and your elusiveness against Canelo Alvarez?
Well, they didn't win today, so I don't think movement is key, but, you know, I'm sure it helps. You know, it's how clever and where you move is more key in this fight. I think that my movement helps me because, you know, if one of them bombs is coming, I need to move out the way. So yeah, obviously it helps.
Of course, Billy, everyone talks about the power of Canelo Alvarez. Do you buy into that? Do you believe that you can match him, you can stand there and trade with him?
We don't know until the night, until the bell goes. When that bell rings, we'll see what happens. But, you know, he's the most devastating puncher on the planet, and he's the most fearsome man on the planet. So we'll see when the bell goes. I'll soon tell you after the fight.
Billy, the tagline for this fight, face the fearless. I don't see the fear from you going into this fight. I know you want it so much. This is a massive fight, but I believe beneath it all, and I'm sure we'll get some fun from you on fight week, but there is an element of respect from both of you as two champions going into this fight.
I respect every fighter who gets in the ring. Or, you know, I have to respect them because of the life was put on the line. But, you know, there's no out of the ring generalship that I look at and think, you know, I'm going to bow down to. That's for sure. We're all on the, you know, as humans, we're all one, and I don't put myself beneath or on top of anyone. So I respect them as a fighter, but that's as far as it gets for my respect for anyone.
Billy, I know a lot of the talk is about a September fight for Canelo Alvarez against Caleb Plant and the dreams of Undisputed. But how confident are you that you can spoil those plans on Cinco de Mayo weekend?
Well, you know, I only hear, you know, yourself, Eddie, talking about that fight and Canelo's camp. So, you know, you tell me more. But, you know, I'll be looking to put a spanner in the works for that. Same as I did with previous champions when they're talking about other fights. They got to beat me first.
Billy, what have you got to do to beat Canelo on May the 8th? Some people believe it's the movement, some people believe it could be the speed. How do you beat him? What do you have to do to cause one of the greatest upsets in British boxing history?
By being Billy Joe Saunders.
Billy, thank you, mate. I know you're training very, very hard. I look forward to seeing you for an exciting fight week in Dallas and, of course, a fantastic fight at the AT&T Stadium. Now, we go over to San Diego to join the pound-for-pound #1, the unified world super middleweight champion, Saul Canelo Alvarez.
Hola, Eddie. Gusto saludarlos también y listos. Ya estamos listos para lo que venga.
Saul, I know 2 hurdles left in your dream to be undisputed world super middleweight champion. Of course, firstly, May 8th against Billy Joe Saunders. How much is that dream of making history motivating you and Eddie in camp?
No, la verdad que es algo muy importante para nosotros hacer historia, y estas peleas son importantes para lo que queremos lograr en el boxeo, y me siento muy contento de estar obviamente en este camino y pues como siempre entrenando al 100% para lograr el objetivo.
Sal, a lot of people feel this may be your toughest test yet. What makes Billy Joe Saunders such a tough opponent for you?
Sí, sé lo que viene, sé lo que tiene Billy Joe Saunders, ¿no? Es un peleador rápido, es un peleador que se mueve mucho, peleador zurdo, difícil, pero pues en estos niveles me tengo que acoplar a cualquier estilo, ¿no? Y estoy listo para hacer historia y pues listo para cualquier estilo.
So, Cinco de Mayo weekend, I'm excited. I can't believe nearly 70,000 people will be there at AT&T Stadium on May the 8th. I know it's your weekend. You missed out on it last year. How excited are you to be back fighting on Cinco de Mayo weekend?
No, la verdad que me siento muy contento, Obviamente es una gran responsabilidad representar a México, ¿no? En estas fechas tan importantes, pero estoy muy orgulloso, muy contento de representar a mi país en estas fechas tan importantes.
So we've been lucky enough to bring fans back, of course, firstly in San Antonio and then again at Miami at the Hard Rock Stadium. Just 12 and 15,000 people there, but the atmosphere was incredible. How excited are you to be returning to the AT&T Stadium? 70,000 people. This atmosphere is going to be unbelievable.
No, la verdad que me siento muy contento de estar trayendo todo de vuelta y más que sea el boxeo. Me siento muy contento y espero un gran apoyo de la afición, el estadio gritando Canelo, y creo que eso va a ser increíble.
So a lot of people in the pandemic have been inactive. You've been more active than ever, of course. Callum Smith in December, Yildirim in February, and now Billy Joe Saunders in May. How much have you enjoyed that run of fights, and how much has that activity helped you? Are we seeing the very best of Canelo Alvarez right now?
No, la verdad que ahorita me siento en mi mejor momento, me siento en mi mejor momento y obviamente tenía muchas ganas de pelear, duré 13 meses sin pelear. Entonces aquí está la razón por la que casi en 5 meses voy a hacer 3 peleas y me siento muy contento y listo. La verdad que siempre estoy listo para pelear y el boxeo es mi vida, entonces estoy muy contento de estar activo.
Sal, prediction for fight night, another great champion to face in Billy Joe Saunders, another opportunity to collect another belt on the road to undisputed. Can you tell us what is going to happen on May the 8th in Dallas, Texas?
Voy a ganar, sin duda, voy a ganar. Estoy aquí, estoy entrenando al 100% y vine a ganar y quiero hacer historia y eso es lo único que pasa por mi cabeza.
Thank you, Sal. Good luck closing up camp. We look forward to a thrilling fight week and a historic moment on May the 8th in Dallas.
No, muchas gracias a ustedes, gracias a ti, Eddie, gracias a todos y espero verlos el próximo 8 de mayo.
Well, there you have it. We've heard from 2 great champions ahead of the fight of 2021, May the 8th from the AT&T Stadium in Dallas. 70,000 people there. You can watch it, of course, live and exclusive on DAZN all around the world. The unification fight, the WBC, the WBA, the WBO, the Ring Magazine World Championship. Limited tickets available at SeatGeek.com. Make sure you join us in Dallas, and if you can't, join us live on DAZN for the fight of the year.